episode 3. Now, I was away for a little bit. I did some side missions and then took another break. I got off for a little bit and came back on and started making another movie for this one. So, let's continue where we left off. Now, I was doing some of the side missions and it kind of intertwined with the main mission that I had, and then that's when I stopped and I went back to see which I was going to divert power to, either ranch or something else, but let's just see. Okay, here's the factory that we're at. I did get some new armor. I did level up to level 6. Try to do a lot of side missions as I can. What's that? I just got to divide power back into which one. And I got everything because there was an intertwined mission where I was supposed to get electric part, and I think I had to come here if I remember correctly for it. And then I had to kill all the robots around here. So I did everything I was supposed to be into this area. So the last part I had to do was transfer power. I wanted to get this thing that these robots had to do. Okay, now it's time to revert the power. Oh, and this gun that I have, you can actually get it on a side mission.
Once we do this,
It's
we're
very
still
helpful.
going back.
And I did take my companion out with some armor too. So.
Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I don't mind hearing
I
her
don't think you
opinion.
should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow, she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
Oh damn, she makes it seem like
Sorry,
it's a bad
I didn't mean
thing.
to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
I'm torn, man. I don't want to sound cruel.
Really?
But it is good hearing from her opinion.
Wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Edgewater it is, god damn it. Oh, there goes the neighborhood, I suppose. Now, before I go, me some more ammo, just in case anything happens to me. See if there's any different armor. 17. That's level 5. Level 2. That's great. I'm just gonna buy ammo. Got all the ammo that I need. DP for my light assault rifle. How much is the assault rifle I have? This is a 215. I'll just give it 215. I liked what she did, but this woman guilt tripped me, man. Seriously. But if I had a choice, I think I would like her in charge than Mr. Thomas. If anything, I'll freaking shoot him in the face if I have the chance for it. If that's an option. Hopefully it's an option, because I think I'd rather have her instead of killing her. I hope I have that choice. Is she pushing? Oh no, I was being dragged a little bit. Oh, okay, I'm gonna show you the weapons I've got. Got this off a Marauder. Same thing with the assault, but I got like a little attachment for it, and then I got this thing. This thing, I got it from on a side mission. It's really not that bad. It kicks about a punch. If anything, I'll try to upgrade it to its max. That's very good. It's better than the freaking faucet head that I had.
He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
I feel like deja vu for some reason.
You know what? You're right. The Eternal made you a loathsome reptile, and it is not in my power to change the color of your scales. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
I will deal red for you. You're being unreasonable. Come back to Edgewater. What happens to you? This is
my son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
That was unreasonable, but still.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, Talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together. Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth.
What does she use?
The secret is human corpses.
What the fuck?
I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
She did the thing that I think the natives did. They grabbed some fish and they buried it in with their crops, and all that nutrients went to their crops. I want to know what happens when you're out of corpses.
Edgewater Cemetery's got corpses aplenty. Enough for a generation's worth of crops.
Oh, God. Oh, that chose my answer. Oh, God, why?
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi, hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
I seen you wandering around here. You don't look like you're coming from town. Never heard it phrased in such a way before. I guess we're all trying to get our ships off the ground, ain't we? Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering?
I think I found those on side missions.
If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
I think I did find one of those, to be honest.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one? Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
I'm gonna give them all to him.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment. Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands. I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery.
I think I found
Can't do
one,
that
District
again.
Mechanics, I think one that's in town. I need to get him.
You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her.
Ooh.
Adelaide hates Edgewater, hates everything Edgewater stands for, hates what that town does to people, what it did to her. We're the nearest she's got to kin. We go back to Edgewater, we may as well have stuck a knife in her heart. You know where to find me.
Okay. I only found 2. I just gotta go back into town and get the other one.
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it.
This was the next side mission you had to do to find Zoe.
The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep marauders from slipping in? I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Topson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again. Edgewater's not just a town to Adelaide. It's a symbol of everything that's wrong with this colony. A big, heartless machine of metal and gears grinding workers down to dust. We're the closest thing Adelaide's got to a family. We go back to Edgewater, she's gonna feel betrayed. Sure, suit yourself.
I'm gonna
I'll
try
be
to sit
here.
around and reason with them. Okay. Let's see if I can just fast travel there. That'll be easier. No, I can't. Okay, who am I not? Oh, I have to go back down there.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
Okay, just gotta go to Edgewater. Trying to convince him. Okay. A long or loading screen, though, but still. Is it something? Would it be best if they just use the monsters on this planet? Or the creatures that dwell? Will that be easier than instead of just using human corpses? How will she feel if she's gonna end up using her own son as fertilizer? Time to talk to him or he's going to die. I'd rather kill him, but I'd rather talk to him first.
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
Look, he's on this big house thing and he thinks he runs everything. I don't know, man. Let's talk to him.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
I spoke to Ellie. She won't come back as long as you're here. I delivered your message, but I haven't convinced Ellie to come back. I want to talk about something.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes, but I have done my best for this town.
A change of leadership might be what the town needs. Your town's a mess, Reed. The town's terrified of the plague and Burnley asked me to steal medicine for him. Hopefully I get that choice. I wanted to tell him
I have been holding this town together with both hands. You can't just expect me to leave. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
Shit, I should have just gone to the other one.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic. You are disparaging our parent company, and it is not appreciated. We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. We eat Saltuna here, and only Saltuna. I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanist couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of him and shut down the greenhouse.
I'm gonna persuade him. I think my persuasion's up, so I'll do persuasion.
You'll excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil? And when you say special fertilizer, you mean what exactly?
Shit. Oh, God. I think I should have just lied. Oh, well.
Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? That's... Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance.
What the f...
What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery. You're right, I am being obstinate. If the best thing I can do for this town is to stand down, then stand down I shall. If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
Let me see what his plans are.
A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them. No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement. I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week. I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend to crop. She's what this town needs. I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
Okay, now I have to go back and talk to her and tell her what happened. Oh. I wonder what would happen if I just rerouted power back to her town instead of the other one. Maybe if I do this again, I can make that choice to see what happens, or any other choices that I made. What I can do is when I do make it, I can actually put another video next to this one for the second choice. wonder if I can take these apples. Nope, I cannot.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
Now I'm spiteful.
I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward. You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted.
I know.
I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Yep. I'm gonna take this now. Mine. Oh, that says on the back I want to get. Oh, I'm heavy now. God. I'm gonna have to get rid of some of this stuff, so let me just fast travel. Let's see what's gonna happen. Oh, no, wait, no. No, I'm gonna have to walk there. I really did not want to walk. God darn it, I have to go all the way around. It was all spreading out until everything went to hell, and then they just went back to Edgewater. I think I just have so much ammo and other weapons that I don't need. I need to get rid of. But I need ammo, I really do, because it's like money is just be wasted. Like, it just goes out the air and out the other, or however, out the air, out the other. But dang, I really do need bullets. I am not going to. Okay. Got a achievement for that.
Don't mess with us.
That was inside of its belly? Dang. Anyway, let's go. Oh, and I found a secret bunker over here. If you come under this waterfall, you go under here, there's going to be a secret room on your right when you come here, but if you come the other end, it's going to be on your left. And I'm going to show you. It's right there. Be careful, there is trap bombs on this side and on this side. But there's a good revolver in there. I end up selling it because I didn't want it. Do my skill points later. I just need to get this ship and I can end the video. Let me see what they give me. Like, I'm gonna kill a baby. Oh shit, that damn thing went underground. It's dead. Looks like a gorilla. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, let's see what the mama gave me. Hey, where is it? Oh, there it is. Nothing. Damn, I thought it was gonna give me some meat or something. Oh well. At least I wasted some of the ammo that I have. Ah, my leg! Finally, I'll get the ship off the ground. I wonder if that guy died in the tunnel. He might have, because I forgot to mention that I saved him.
Is
Oh,
this
well.
your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling. Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a
Fuck
pair of
yes,
eyes
man.
watching your back, I can do that too.
Yes, please do.
What do you think? Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Ah, that's just precious.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure.
Really?
Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
I'll be back. Let's cross our fingers.
What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Okay guys, I'm gonna end it right here. If you like this video, comment down below. Click that like button, click that subscribe button. I really appreciate subscribing to my channel. Stay tuned for more videos to come. As always guys, it's Damon the One signing off. I hope you have a nice day.